From her trending audition clips to debuting in the highly successful IOI, to venturing into her own solo career, to now having disappeared from the spotlight and exposing her company. Here is Chungha. Chungha garnered many fans throughout her time on the survival show Produce 101, which led her to place 4th and debuted in IOI along many other idols like Somi, Kim Sejong, and many more. After IO1 disbanded, she ventured into her own solo career. In 2018, the masterpiece of Roller Coaster was released and it really shot her career into the stars. This was a time in K-pop when everything was starting to become mainstream in the West, and I remember hearing the song everywhere on the radio. There was no stopping for her though, as 2019 was one of the biggest years for K-pop and some of the biggest songs came from that year. Chungha landed herself 2 incredibly iconic songs, Snapping and Gotta Go. She was respected and recognized as an incredibly gifted idol who was able to perform and sing live. One of the biggest K-pop solo acts of the time, and this was actually the time I became a fan of Chungha myself. But then 2020 happened, and we all know what happened that year. Not only was the world in a complete mess, but so was Chungha's career. And boy, her next release was ready to pack a punch. Stay Tonight was my first comeback with Chungha, and when I tell you I will ride for this song until I die, I mean it. Not only one of her best songs, but easily one of the best songs in the music industry. Although being one of the greatest songs to bless my ears, it didn't reach the level of hype that Snapping or Gotta Go did. There is still not a single performance of this song, and it's been 3 years since its release. The gap between Stay Tonight and her next release was 3 months when she released Play with Changmo, but then she disappeared for the remaining of the year. The initial date for the release of the album was January 4th, but it was pushed back due to Chungha getting COVID herself. At the release of the album, it underperformed in sales and promotions, and it really didn't have the effect that it deserved. Personally speaking though, this is easily one of the best albums I've ever heard, so y'all better do your magic and whiz it back up. But with the release of this album was when Chungha's name started to fade away a little. No longer going to award shows, no longer making these worldwide known songs, she followed this album with a few more singles, and finally in 2022 she released her official comeback after what felt like 50 years. Sparkling, although being one of my favorite songs that came out in 2022, was not able to relive up to the hype that Snapping or Gotta Go or any of her previous work did. And with her messy label, things only got worse. Chungha is under MNH Entertainment, and it is understood among many fans that this company kinda sucks. Chungha has stated this herself. On a live stream, she stated how they delayed the second part of her album Bare and Rare Part 2, and how it was supposed to be released closely after the first part. She goes on to mention how they weren't allowing her to tour, how she wanted to leave, and this really felt like a cry for help almost. Although with the recent news coming out, it has stated that Chungha will not be resigning, and with the recent live stream that she just did, she did slightly confirm that although she has not left the company yet, it has become so unrecognizable to her that she will not be resigning. The tracks from her Bare and Rare album Part 2 were recorded over a year ago, and she will do her best to release them the remaining time she has left. Articles have written that her contract ends in March. However, she stated that the articles are a little off, but it will be happening sometime this year. Many believe that it will be in May, as that was when IOI took off and probably when they signed the contract. Fans are highly anticipating for her freedom, and hopefully we'll be able to hear from the incredible all-rounder that is Chungha. But that's everything for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to stay healthy and happy, and as Hoshi always says, hoerangae!